Welcome to BOJTV's trending news for top stories in local, regional and international news, along with sports and local weather forecast. I'm Carla. Coming up in our local trending news. SOE declared in St. Catherine and Clarendon. Less than 6% of officers charged in income cases in 2018 prosecuted. NWA advises operators of large units to desist from using the Paradise Bridge roadway in Westmoreland. And husband of murdered Bishop Gibson High School teacher taken into custody as prime suspect in her death. Now the news in detail. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has declared a state of public emergency SOE for the parishes of St. Catherine and Clarendon. He made the announcement this morning at a press conference at Jamaica House. The SOE, which took effect this morning, will continue for 14 days. Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson said the SOE was necessitated by the escalating crime levels in the parishes. He said Clarendon has recorded 100 murders since January, while St. Catherine South has recorded 91 and St. Catherine North 66. Less than 6% of police officers charged by the Independent Commission of Investigations INDICOM in 2018 have been charged or recommended for disciplinary action or criminal charges. Speaking at the Lions Club Speakers Meeting, Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson stated that 599 cases against police officers were reported to INDICOM in 2018. Of this, disciplinary charges were recommended for only 26 of those cases and criminal charges for just 5. This represents 5% of the total persons reported being charged or have disciplinary actions against them. Major General Anthony Anderson also reminded officers to abide by the 3 guiding principles of service: rule of law, respect for all, and a force for good. The Commissioner also reminded Jamaicans and visitors to our shores to support the work of the police in their effort to help us keep Jamaica safe. The Manchester Police have confirmed that the husband of Carolyn Campbell, the Bishop Gibson High School teacher who was shot to death allegedly by gunmen at her home in Melrose Mews District in the parish on Tuesday, July 9, has been taken into custody. The police say the husband was last interviewed on Tuesday, September 3rd, and based on the inconsistencies of his statement, he was arrested as a prime suspect in his wife's murder. Campbell was shot and killed on the night of July 9th while at home with her husband. Detectives say the husband reported that he and his wife were in bed when armed men forced their way inside the house and opened fire, hitting the teacher. He, on the other hand, managed to run from the house and escaped without injury. A motorcyclist lost his life in a motor vehicle accident which occurred along a section of the Red Ground Main Road in Negril, Westmoreland on Tuesday. Dead is 26 years old Akeem Stewart of Whitehall address, also in Westmoreland. Reports by the Negril police are that about 5 p.m. Stewart was riding a motorcycle along a section of the Red Ground Main Road when, on reaching the vicinity of the Negril United Church, he failed to keep to his left and collided into a Nissan AD wagon motorcar being driven by 27-year-old Havanda Buchanan of Hopewell in Hanover. Stewart sustained multiple injuries and died on the spot. Amid concerns regarding the use of the Paradise Bridge Detour Road in Westmoreland by operators of large units, the National Works Agency NWA is advising operators of trucks, trailers and other large units to desist from using the roadway. In July 2019, motorists travelling along the Ferris Cross to Dunbar's River Roadway in Westmoreland were detoured onto a temporary roadway at the location of the Paradise Bridge, which is now being reconstructed. This roadway is restricted to use by small units. Community Relations Officer for NWA's Western Region, Janelle Ricketts, says that despite instructions and signs advising against the use of the roadway by operators of large units, many are not complying with these instructions. Ms. Ricketts explained that the detour road cannot facilitate large vehicles, and motorists who continue to defy the warnings are compromising the structure and putting their lives at risk. Ms. Ricketts says that as part of works to replace the Paradise Bridge, which was severely compromised, the original bridge was demolished to facilitate the construction of the new structure, which will be equipped with retaining walls and sidewalks. Additionally, the approach roads will be reinstated with asphaltic concrete overlay. Operators of larger units are advised to use the alternative routes through Sweet River and Petersfield. Construction of the new bridge is expected to be completed by January 2020. The works are valued at approximately $48 million. With just 3 days to go before the People's National Party hosts its presidential election, the Dr. Peter Phillips, one PNP campaign team, for the second time around accused the Peter Buntins-led Rise United of breaching the election protocol. During a press conference held at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel in St. Andrew, Dr. Phillips and his communications director Lisa Hanna accused Rise United of using a cash to bribe delegates in some constituencies. Phillips said aspects of the campaign have been a forceful reminder of the nature of the role of money in politics in Jamaica. Recently, one PNP accused the Rise United campaign team of breaching the campaign protocol by mounting an advertising campaign. Those were your top stories making local trending news. Now join us for news from across the region, as well as our international story, sports, and a local weather forecast. From across the region. The Bahamas has begun to count the cost of the devastation brought by Hurricane Durian. Durian struck the Abaco Islands as a Category 5 hurricane, then pounded Grand Bahama for 2 days. Thousands of homes were destroyed and at least 20 lives lost, though the toll is expected to rise. Durian severely damaged the international airport on the island, hampering rescue efforts. The Abacus took the full force of Durian last weekend. Only the 1935 Labor Day hurricane matched its landfall wind speed of 185 miles per hour. The town of Marsh Harbor was devastated. Entire communities were flattened on the Abacus, with thousands of people needing shelter and aid. Prime Minister Hubert Menis says the storm has caused generational devastation. In international news, the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE agency says nationals from Jamaica and Haiti are among 39 fugitives arrested, 30 males and 9 females, for their roles in known or suspected human rights violations during a nationwide operation. On Wednesday, ICE said that the operation took place from August 27 to 29. The ICE National Fugitive Operations Program, in coordination with the ICE Human Rights Violators and War Crimes Center and the ICE Office of the Principal Legal Advisor, worked with ICE's enforcement and removal at Atlanta, Baltimore, Chicago, Dallas, Houston, Los Angeles, Miami, New Orleans, New York City, New York, Salt Lake City, and San Francisco field offices to arrest the fugitives. Besides Jamaica and Haiti, ICE said the other persons arrested are from El Salvador, Guatemala, China, Liberia, Cambodia, Chad, Chile, Colombia, the Ivory Coast, Ghana, Honduras, Nicaragua, Sierra Leone, and Sudan. I said the foreign nationals arrested during the operation all have outstanding removal orders and are subject to repatriation to their countries of origin. Of the 39 known or suspected human rights violators arrested during the operation No Safe Haven V, I said 16 individuals are also criminal immigrants in the U.S. with convictions for crimes including, but not limited to, domestic violence, driving under the influence of liquor, drug distribution, firearm possession, grand theft, reckless endangerment, robbery, fraud, and theft. Over in our sporting report, the Confederation of North, Central America and Caribbean Association Football, CONCACAF, yesterday confirmed that the inaugural CONCACAF Nations League, set to kick off today, will serve as the qualifying pathway for the 2021 CONCACAF Gold Cup for all 41 member associations. The new centralized men's national team competition represents a new era of the national football for the Confederation. Created to maximize the match dates available within the FIFA international calendar and as part of a wider strategy to provide a more competitive football for all member associations, the CONCACAF Nations League group stage will take place in September, October and November, FIFA windows of 2019. After round-robin play, the 4 League A group winners will advance to the CONCACAF Nations League finals to crown the first ever competition champion. The CONCACAF Nations League finals, originally scheduled for March of 2020, will now take place in June. On our local weather forecast, insignificant feature, a trough across Jamaica. The trough is expected to remain across the island today. A high pressure ridge is expected to build briefly across the area tomorrow. The forecast for this afternoon would see widely scattered showers and thunderstorms across central and western parishes. Partly cloudy skies are expected for tonight. Maximum temperature expected for Kingston as well as Montego Bay today is 33 degrees Celsius. That was BOJTV's trending news, your top local, regional and international stories, as well as sports report and weather forecast. Until next time, I'm Carla. Thanks for watching.